All right, so what was your topic that you got then?
All right, well, for the biggest thing in gaming right now, Apex Legends, we got an article from Screen Rant saying that data miners in this morning's big patch, introducing a new gun, introducing a couple of new things. Data miners found that apparently in the code now, we may be getting everything from double jumping, like in the classic Titanfall series, to even Titans themselves in the game soon. Other game modes, so it might actually just legit become Titanfall 3. And like that got added to the game code, and that's hella cool. So kind of the big thing that bummed me out when I started playing is that it doesn't have the double jump, it doesn't have the wall running, it doesn't have the bunny hopping, it doesn't have most of the Titanfall movement. It has like the slide and it has the emphasis on momentum, but a lot of it's missing. But data miners seem to have found everything that was missing in the new patch, so or at least some kind of reference to it.
Like, it could be stuff that's either added on or maybe
like separate game modes and stuff.
Yeah. What is this game produced by EA?
We don't talk about who publishes it. We talk about who makes it.
I know, because I'm just
Respawn's great and EA sucks.
Okay.
So
it's not,
yes, it's
okay.
published by EA technically, but as far back as its launch, and I think there's actually a lot of supplemental evidence or circumstantial evidence to support this. Respawn has claimed that EA has had nothing to do with the development of this game or the publishing of this game so far. It got published without a trailer even before it came out. Trailer launched when it launched. It came, no news ahead of its launch. No knew it was coming. People kind of knew it was in development. We had details about it. We had no clue when it was coming out. They literally just launched it out of the gate, and that's not like EA. EA does promotional shit. EA pushes promotion hardcore. And there was none of that for this. Not only that, but the developer themselves, the head of the studio, came out and talked about how they wanted EA to do nothing about it, how EA had nothing to do with the production of the game. That may seem like it. In his words, he talked about how it would look bad if EA did have anything to do with it because EA just finished pushing the Battlefront 2 disaster, loot box disasters. They had a bad history with Titanfall in particular, smashing it between major releases with the release of Titanfall 2. They had a really bad history, and it would have made for bad PR. So they're like, yeah, we didn't even involve EA in it. So I totally believe them when they say EA has nothing to do with it.
Okay, makes sense. Because I was gonna say that I could see EA being the kind of people that would be like, hey, if people want the cool stuff like the double jumping and the wall running, they have to pay for it, making this like the worst example of a pay-to-win game.
Make it a $60 paid DLC. Actually, no, you know what?
Seriously, that would be like super unfair.
Hold on, would it though?
If someone pays $60, but it means that they get to double jump and wall.
But what if it's only like separate game modes? Like there's the Battle Royale, which is the first thing that released.
But
what if this is like the opposite of Fortnite, where like their Fortnite story mode was the first thing they made, and then Battle Royale ended up being more popular, so they focused on that. What if this time they made the Battle Royale first in like the new version of the game engine or whatever, with the new art style that's heavily based on past Titanfalls, but then they just softcore release Titanfall 3 into Apex Legends for as a $60 DLC that just has its own separate like game modes, like Titan, like the Titanfall game.
Well, that'd be okay. What I'm talking about is if in the actual Battle Royale mode that everyone plays,
people who pay for it can double jump and fucking
wall
bunny hop
and then get tight and then get their own line.
Okay, but that would never happen.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, probably not. But that would be like, that's why I said
if EA did have control of this, I could maybe see that. But that would be some major hardcore bullcrap. That would be messed up
as hell. Also, so the way you talked about this game's publication history, you know what it kind of reminded me of? It sounds like this is the Cloverfield paradox of video games.
Or the sequel to PT. I mean, Cloverfield Paradox though wasn't meant to be Cloverfield in the first place. It was another separate thing that was like.
No, that one was for a little over
Paradox.
At
really?
At least for the last year it was, because I remember hearing about the film back when it was called God Particle.
Yeah,
and, it was always meant to be like as part of the Cloverfield.
It was. Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
I assumed that when it was
always,
called God Particle,
least,
that wasn't supposed to be part of the.
But I do know that
trilogy.
when I heard about God Particle, which was at least 3 or 4 months before Paradox, it was always meant to be a Cloverfield film.
Oh,
but maybe I can see the first draft though not being part of it though, because same exact
like they
thing
bought
happened,
this draft for like they did the second one.
Yeah, same exact thing happened with Cloverfield Lane. Hey, you know what? Maybe even the same thing with Apex. You never know. Maybe it wasn't meant to be a Titanfall game. It was just another generic battle royale game. But then they're like, wait a minute.
It's like, we need to have a studio do a battle royale. Hey, you guys are doing a Star Wars game. We don't really care about Star Wars games, so first make a battle royale for us. And they're like, well, we were already making Titanfall 3. Let's just use the assets we have for that. Just make a battle royale of it. Okay, what are we gonna call it? Well, we don't have time to balance Titans and shit for it, so let's just call it. I don't know. What's one of the random factions of the game? The Apex Predators? Apex? Yeah, call it Apex. Why? Because they're mercenaries. Who knows? Just do it.
I'm sure fans will get it. It's okay.
Fans will make something up. It's all good.
Fans will love it, and then people who don't know anything about Titanfall will assume it's an original game and they'll buy it anyways. Or wait, was it free?
It's free.
It's free.
It is completely 100% free.
Yeah, so they'll download it anyways.
There's really no need to purchase anything in it. Like, the cosmetics are cool, but the game almost doesn't want you to buy them. Like, at least early on, before you hit level 20, you're getting those like Apex loot boxes every time you level up. Which, if you're getting a win a day, is quite often. Like, if you're playing a couple matches a day, you're getting a loot crate. At the point where I'm like level 30 something at this point, I'm getting one every other level, and it takes forever to level up. But I also, even though I don't have like a whole bunch of like legendaries or whatever, I don't have a lot of gold like camos or anything, I have a couple, and I don't feel the need to buy any of them.
When I get more free time to play video games, that's probably going to be first on my list.
It is super fun.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Super fun. Super fun with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got our other friend Mise to play it today. It was super fun.
Is it on a PC or just...
It's on everything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's on everything.
So I'll see.
I actually pre-downloaded on your PS4.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why I asked if it cost money, because I'm like, shit, do I owe Alex money now?
No,
okay.
It is
cool.
$0 Dolores.
So I might actually try to download it on my PC now and see if my PC can run it. It probably will.
I suspect it probably has. So it was really good. So on PS4, something I really liked, when you hit the 30% mark, it let you play with just low res textures everywhere. Like, the entire game was there in that first 30%. Just, it didn't do any HD textures, and was like, hey, if you want to play the full game, you can do it right now. You can get all the loot boxes. You can play the full thing with all the characters. You can unlock everything while it's downloading the background. You can just download the HD textures in the background, and you can play at the high frame rate with the no textures. And the low textures looked all right. Like, they looked a little bit old at this point, but they didn't look like last gen old necessarily. And they were fine, and it was fully playable.
I mean, could you tell what was what? Like let's
absolutely
say,
no.
Yeah,
it wasn't like blocky. It wasn't even like cell shade or anything. It just looked like a lower resolution version.
Yeah.
Not even that dramatically lower resolution version. I suspect that part of it was just to download like the patch material for like the the super version for like the PS4 Pro or whatever. Like part of those are probably the extra HD packs and stuff. So like it was all right. It looked good. It looked better than Fortnite.
All right.
It looked higher detail than Fortnite, and it looked more interesting than Fortnite. I like Fortnite, but its cartoonish style is really weak in some places. In the places where they don't care, where it's not a big city environment, it's really weak.
I I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I'm not a fan of Fortnite. I mean, I like the concept of it, so I like the battle royale like style, like that. I like
Okay,
that's
but
why I
it
like
didn't
it.
invent that.
I know it
just
didn't.
so
But,
you know.
I know, but that's where it's like really popular. But so that's why I like Apex from what little I have played of it. But yeah, I don't like Fortnite, and it's probably just because I don't know. I guess I just don't like the gameplay.
I mean, on console, unless you're like really into like that claw gameplay, the building meta is really annoying.
Yeah.
Building has always been a weak point for me in Fortnite. I was a really good shooter. I was pretty decent at it, but I suck at the building. I can do a nice planned out strategic build way ahead of time, but if you ask me to do those really weird like twitch turns to build a tower that's 40 stories tall in under 5 seconds, I can't do that. I don't know what the hell the jiggly is. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's all meant to be on PC, and it'd be like
to be fair,
easier.
you can hook up a keyboard and mouse even on console, but yuck. I play console to play chill.
So yeah, but I do want to play more Apex sometime in the future because so far I've had a lot of fun with it, and if they do add that stuff in, I'll probably buy it. Honestly,
way too much time into
if they turn into basically Titanfall 3 later on, and it costs money, I'd be more than okay with paying for that. So yeah, just a little hint, nudge there, game developers.